Hello everyone. Welcome to One More Thing. I'm Matt. Today we're going to explore an interesting and important psychological phenomenon, survivorship bias. In our lives, there are often moments of luck and success. Whether it is a small breakthrough or a major achievement, we will feel joy and pride. However, have you ever thought about whether these luck and success are only due to our efforts and abilities? Or are there other factors at play? It's this way of thinking that leads to survivor bias, which causes us to overestimate our abilities and ignore the frustrations and misfortunes of others. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the concept of survivor bias, its effects, and how to avoid falling into this mindset. Let's explore together how lucky your life is and whether it is affected by survivorship bias. 1. What is survivor bias? Survivorship bias is a psychological phenomenon in which people overestimate their own successes or lucky events and ignore the setbacks and misfortunes of others. This bias makes it easy for us to view our experiences as simply the result of effort and ability, while underestimating the impact of chance and external factors. This concept was first proposed by the psychologist Tolles after World War II. At the time, Tolles studied the psychological states of soldiers who had survived war and found that they tended to overestimate their ability to survive and attribute their survival to personal courage or intelligence. However, this view ignores the misfortunes and sacrifices of other soldiers. Many examples of this bias can be found in everyday life as well. For example, imagine a person who is lucky enough to survive a natural disaster. He might consider himself lucky, strong, or lucky. However, this way of thinking ignores the misfortune and plight of other victims and fails to fully understand the entire situation. Survivorship bias reminds us that our success and luck often depend not only on our own abilities and efforts, but also on many other factors. Understanding the concept of survivorship bias can help us view our own achievements more objectively while also better understanding the situations of others. In the following paragraphs, we'll dive into the effects of survivorship bias and how to avoid falling into this mindset. 2. The effects of survivorship bias. Survivorship bias has profound effects on how we think and behave. When we fall into this mode of thinking, there are several possible consequences. First, survivorship bias can lead to over-evaluation of the self. We tend to attribute our success to personal abilities and efforts, while ignoring the role of luck and external conditions. This overestimation can cause us to overestimate our abilities and create a conceited and arrogant attitude that hinders personal growth and learning. Second, survivorship bias may also make us less empathetic. When we focus only on our own success and luck, it's easy to overlook the struggles and setbacks of others. We may not be able to truly understand and empathize with those who are less fortunate, thereby affecting our care and support for others. Psychological research also provides support for survivorship bias. Research shows that survivorship bias causes people to underestimate risks and potential failures. When we believe too much in our luck, we may ignore warning signs around us and make risky or irrational decisions. This risk-blind attitude can lead to undesirable outcomes and hinder personal growth and development. Additionally, social media plays an important role in reinforcing survivorship bias. On social media, people tend to showcase their successes and good fortunes while hiding setbacks and failures. This selective display makes it easy for us to see only a shiny surface and ignore the bitterness and difficulties of others. Exposed to this kind of one-sided information for a long time, we are more susceptible to survivorship bias, believing that success and luck are the norm rather than the exception. Therefore, we need to be aware of the effects of survivorship bias to avoid it negatively affecting our thinking and behavior. In the following paragraphs, we'll explore how to avoid survivorship bias in order to promote more holistic thinking and empathy. 3. How to avoid survivor bias. To overcome survivorship bias, we can take some practical steps to promote more holistic thinking and empathy. Here are some suggestions. First, be grateful and recognize the opportunities and serendipity in life. Realizing that the success and luck we have often comes from a chain of opportunities and serendipity helps us stay humble and grateful. We can take a moment each day to reflect on our achievements and consider the possible influences of luck and external factors. Second, seek out other people's stories and experiences to expand our perspective. By reading books, watching documentaries, or listening to other people's stories, we can gain a deeper understanding of other people's experiences and challenges. This helps us understand that success and luck are not just our individual efforts but are influenced by many other factors. Also, reflect on your own successes and consider the impact of other factors. When we achieve an achievement, we might as well stop, reflect and ask ourselves, in addition to our own efforts, What other factors played an important role in achieving this achievement? This may include support from others, opportunities arising, serendipitous help, and more. Such reflection helps us take a more holistic view of our achievements and avoid overestimating our abilities. Equally important is building empathy and a sense of caring for others. Be aware of the difficulties and challenges others may face and strive to understand their circumstances. We can proactively listen to others' stories, show care and support, and offer help when needed. Behaviors like this help us move beyond survivorship bias and demonstrate more empathy and caring actions. Finally, the importance of cultivating these habits is emphasized and suggestions for practical application are provided. We can set reminders in our daily lives to remind ourselves of other people's stories and struggles. We can take the initiative to participate in volunteer services or charity activities and communicate with people from different backgrounds and experiences. Additionally, we can discuss the concept of survivorship bias with friends and family around us to learn and grow together. Through these methods, we can gradually overcome survivor bias and develop more holistic thinking and empathy. This not only helps us grow and develop as individuals, but also creates more care and support for society. Let us be aware of our own luck and success, but also pay attention to the plight of others, and together we can build a more empathetic and inclusive society. Survivor bias is a common psychological phenomenon that causes us to over-evaluate our abilities and efforts and ignore the role of luck and external factors. This bias affects our thinking and behavior, making us complacent, lacking empathy, and ignoring risk. The rise of social media has reinforced this bias, as people tend to showcase their success and good fortune. However, being aware of our own survivorship bias is critical to our personal growth and social development. This awareness allows us to think more fully about and evaluate our accomplishments, and to be more grateful and humble. At the same time, it also inspires empathy and care for others, allowing us to better understand and support those who are less fortunate. In our daily lives, we should seek balance and view our luck and success from a more objective perspective. This means recognizing the role of external factors and reflecting on the balance of your own efforts and luck. At the same time, we should proactively seek out other people's stories and experiences to expand our horizons and develop empathy and a sense of caring for others. Most importantly, let's realize that survivorship bias is not a sin, but a pervasive psychological tendency. By working to overcome this bias, we can become more well-rounded, humble, and caring people. Such efforts not only benefit us as individuals but also contribute to a more empathetic and inclusive society. Let us work together to find balance in our daily lives, transcend survivor bias, and experience a more comprehensive and meaningful life. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and sharing. We will bring you more valuable videos. See you next time.